From the 5 Pi Delta sponsored Boxers and Boy Shorts Fun Run for KETV Main Media News, I'm Jesus Flores. The water treatment plant wants to reassure Commerce residents that the water is safe for drinking and that the nitrite levels are back to normal. From Commerce, I'm Jesus Flores, KETV Main Media News. We're out here outside the Sam Rayburn Student Center where we're celebrating the Korean culture with rice balls and lemonade. From A&M Commerce, I'm Jesus Flores, KETV Main Media News. Hi, can I get one? With litter becoming a problem on the campus of Texas A&M University Commerce, the environmental awareness recommends that you take your plastic bottles and you recycle them in these containers. From A&M Commerce, I'm Jesus Flores, KETV Main Media News. With fewer people carrying cash and even fewer carrying change nowadays, vendors have added these credit card readers to their vending machines for your convenience. From the campus of A&M Commerce, I'm Jesus Flores, KETV Main Media News. Casino night provided a real live atmosphere where students got to try their luck at the tables. They had blackjack, they had poker, they even had dice. All for the chance to take home a flat screen TV or maybe even a mountain bike. For KETV Main Media News, I'm Jesus Flores. So I came, I saw, and I started my stuff. From the fashion show, for KETV Main Media News, I'm Jesus Flores.
Hi, welcome.
Containers of beads are laid out for students to make necklaces and get ready to partake in Caribbean night.
Dr. Jones has been pushing this globalization, you know, because we have so many different cultures around here. They've been pushing to increase that, and so one way that we want to do that is create that awareness for the whole student body.
Caribbean Night is intended to educate the students about the Caribbean culture. But what is a festival without food, food, and more food?
Because we're here, the Caribbean students are here, and people always want to have a feel of what the Caribbean is really like. So that's what our goal is, to give them something to take back home, a little piece of us.
The Caribbean Night featured a multitude of events, which included taking commemorative pictures in front of a green screen, hamster ball races intended to test your endurance, and there was even something called Caribbean bowling.
And now everyone, please welcome the Fusion Dance Team.
There was also live dancing, which the crowd really seemed to enjoy.
I just think it looks really cool in here. The music was fun, so I think more people should come out for these types of events. Probably more dance performances. The Fusion one was fun, but I wanted to see more.
The Caribbean Night was a success. There was music, food, and multiple events from multiple Caribbean countries. For KETV Main Media News, I'm Jesus Flores. The road post signs are out and the designated work area has been taped off.
Go move the sign, move them down.
Workers listen quietly as their supervisor gives them orders, and the sound of roaring trucks fills the air as the construction crew gets ready for today's work.
To replace the old water line and the old sewer line, so once we get these streets done, come back and do the overlay, we wouldn't have to dig in them again. So the agreement was you do the city and the university.
Cement is also being poured to build new manholes after a street index proved that Commerce had some of the worst road conditions. The construction crews are working quickly and diligently, as you can see, to replace the water lines and repave the road, and ultimately get traffic flow back to normal. Yet there are students on campus who think the construction could have waited.
I'm gonna be late to class because the road is closed. There's cars in front of me, now I have to back out, go around. Why didn't it wait till when we got out of school?
The use of machinery has made it easy to remove the first layer of the road. However, due to fiber optic cable and gas lines, the workers cannot use the heavy machinery. Instead, they will use shovels to try to dig around the wires. Should one of the wires become ruptured, then that would delay the project even more.
It's like I've told a lot of people, before we can fix the streets, we have to tear them up. And I do ask for people's patience because it is inconvenient, but it'll be nice when it's finished.
Jesus Flores, KETV Main Media News. City Council and the Department of Community Development have approved the demolition of 2 abandoned structures within the City of Commerce for 2013. The City Council has deemed it a high priority that buildings, especially old ones, are within specific city code regulations.
One thing, it's a real high priority for the City of Commerce right now to enforce code. And any structures or buildings that are not up to code, it's our goal to be sure the owner either brings them up to code or we want to take them down.
City ordinance requires that homeowners and owners of buildings maintain and repair their homes or businesses to keep them within city code. If a structure is found to be in violation of said code, the city will then mail the owner of the building a letter to notify them.
We are currently putting together and hopefully have it ready in a few months some new ordinances, or what we call the property maintenance code, that now they're going to have to abide by that code. If they don't, then there's penalties involved.
The city will act as quick as it can in demolishing these buildings because the integrity of the buildings pose a health hazard and because wildlife seems to find shelter in worn down, unmaintained, and abandoned buildings.
So I want everybody to know that we are very active in trying to make city commerce more presentable. It's a huge task.
And as you can see, abandoned houses like the one behind me are an eyesore for Commerce communities. And that is why the Commerce City Council has voted to clean these places up. For KETV Main Media News, I'm Jesus Flores.